Welcome to the podcast for Brain and Cortland in the morning on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Kenny Chesney, that's just to say we did. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland, and if you've been listening this week, then you know Brain has reminded us every day that he has today off. But don't worry, he's going to be back to work on Monday. In fact, we are going to be doing our entire show from the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee for Veterans Day on Monday. So it's going to start a little bit later than it normally does. The show will begin at 6 a.m. instead of 5, but we will go all the way until 10 o'clock. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good day. Plus, we're going to have Great Jones County Fair news to give you at 7:20 on Monday. So I know it's not typical to look forward to Monday before the weekend has even begun, but hey, that's where we're at right now. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. We've got a lot coming up on the show today. First Responder Friday at 6:30. Our last chance for you to win Haley Witter's tickets for her show coming up later on this month. That's at 7:10. We're going to run down some of the big events going on this weekend right around 7:30. And we'll have a little bit of new music to share with you during Country Quickies. Not a whole lot. But Furry Friday this week, wait until you meet these two little pups. They are so cute. That'll be at 8:30. It's Brain and Cortland. Hope you're having a great start to your Friday with K-Hawk. Nate Smith, that's Bulletproof on Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Brain and Cortland. And today is it. It is your very last chance to win tickets to go see Haley Witters when she plays her hometown of Swisher this month. She's going to be at Dancemore Ballroom on Friday, November 22nd and Saturday, November 23rd. The Friday night show is sold out, so we are giving away tickets to the Saturday night show. And once again, we're playing a game called I'm in Love. We play you a clip of an iconic country love song, and if you can figure out the title, then you get to go to the show. Everybody has gotten it on the first try this week, and honestly, I think today's might be the easiest of them all. So get ready for the ultimate wedding song. We'll play for your chance to win Haley Witter's tickets at 7:10 this morning on K-Hawk. Cole Swindell, she had me at Heads, Carolina on Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland with you on a Friday. Yesterday, a friend asked me if I wanted to go to the movies this weekend, and I said, to see what? And she said, Heretic, of course. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this movie, but it's got some pretty strong Iowa ties. So it's directed and written and produced by Scott Beck and Brian Woods. They were both raised over in the Quad Cities in Bettendorf, Iowa. They attended the University of Iowa together, and they are a team. They always work as a team. And the first big movie they put out was A Quiet Place with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, which was obviously huge. But now their latest project is this horror movie called Heretic. And I hear that it's incredibly suspenseful. The premise of the movie is two young missionaries are forced to prove their faith when they knock on the wrong door and are greeted by a diabolical Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant, becoming ensnared in his deadly game of cat and mouse. The trailers look absolutely terrifying, and it's getting rave reviews. It's got a 94% from critics right now on Rotten Tomatoes. So I know that this movie was being shown in select theaters since the middle of October, but now it is officially out everywhere. So if you want to go see it, Heretic, getting great reviews, directed by Iowa guys. And you know what's even cooler? You could go see this movie in the movie theater that these two guys own over in Davenport. They own the Last Picture House, which is a 2-story theater. It's really, really cool. So if you want to read more about Heretic being directed by two Iowa guys, you can always head on over to the K-Hawk app. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. I believe Brain and I have mentioned a few times now that we are going to be doing a live broadcast on Monday morning. Our entire morning show will be held at the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee in Cedar Rapids, and that's because Monday is Veterans Day. Now, there are quite a few places that are offering free food and deals for veterans on Monday. And we're going to start by telling you about what's going on at Hy-Vee. So from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., all veterans and active duty military members can enjoy a free breakfast at pretty much every area location. Mount Vernon Road, Oakland Road, Edgewood Road, Wilson Ave, Johnson Ave, the one in Marion, 3 in Iowa City, 2 in Coralville. So this is happening everywhere. Now, veterans are also going to receive 15% off grocery purchases all day on Monday. So that's something cool that they're doing as well. But there are quite a few other places in the area who are offering deals starting this weekend, namely Sally's on Broadway in Springville. They are going to have a free buffet for veterans starting tonight from 4 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., and then they're going to do it again tomorrow, Saturday, from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So Sally, always doing amazing things over in Springville. We love her. You can always stop by and enjoy her delicious buffet. Speaking of buffets, Robert's Buffet over at Riverside Casino is doing a free lunch buffet for veterans on Monday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're also going to have a special flag ceremony outside the casino main entrance starting at 10:15. And Big Grove Brewery locations, all of them here in the area, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, and Solon, they are giving free meals from a featured menu at any Big Grove location on Monday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So you can stop into any Big Grove Monday between those hours and get yourself a free meal. Now, those are just a few of the deals going on. I know the Blair's Ferry Chick-fil-A has something going on, 351st in Cedar Rapids. We also have Edith Lucille's and Stillwater Coffee Company, Whiskey River Grill in Palo, Wild Hogs. A whole bunch of local businesses are honoring veterans on Monday. So if you want to check out that list, we have it up for you over on the K-Hawk app. And just a reminder, come hang out with us at the Wilson Ave Hy-Vee for that free veterans breakfast on Monday, beginning at 6 a.m. with K-Hawk. Look like you love me on Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Braden Cortland, and it's just about 6:30, which means it's time for a First Responder Friday. And today our honoree is Sean Lafler, who was nominated by Tara Barron. And the entry says, "This is my brother, Sean Lafler. He's with the Palo Fire Department and has been there for 1 year and 8 months. He is very dedicated to the fire department and is doing a lot of training. I wanted to let Sean know that I'm very proud of him. Love, your sister." Isn't that just the sweetest thing? And then she sent in a great photo of Sean on the job. So congratulations to Sean Lafler of the Palo Fire Department for being an amazing first responder. He's going to get gift cards to Wild Hogs in Walford and also to Honor and Respect. This is your reminder that if you know an amazing first responder, maybe it's your brother or your sister, maybe it's your best friend or another member of your family, please nominate them for a First Responder Friday. It'll just take a few minutes, and then we will shout their name from the rooftops all day long. You can do that right now over on the K-Hawk app. It's Braden Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. Until you can't on Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Good morning, it's Braden Cortland. Brain is off today, but don't worry. He'll be back next week because he is not going to want to miss one of our final listener lunches of the year. In case you haven't heard, all November long, we are eating at Edith Lucille's Bait Shack and Wing Depot over on Mount Vernon Road in Cedar Rapids. Amazing food. We had a fantastic first lunch with Katie and her coworkers with Imon in Cedar Rapids. So if you want to be our next winner, you need to get signed up like ASAP because we're going to choose our next winner later on this morning. And I'll tell you what, Brain and I were talking about this week. I don't know if we've ever had this many listener lunch entries before. We've got over 400 of them, and that is just insane. So thank you to everybody who's signed up, and if you haven't signed up yet, you still have time. Go enter for listener lunch right now on the K-Hawk app. Toes on Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Brain and Cortland, and it's time to give away some Haley Witters tickets. Haley is going to be at Dancemore Ballroom in Swisher on Friday, November 22nd, and also Saturday the 23rd. We have tickets to the Saturday night, November 23rd show because Friday night is already sold out. So what we are doing is we are playing a game called I'm in Love. We just need you to name a country love song based off of a clip. These are all huge, iconic songs that you've probably heard at every single wedding you've ever been to. And I'm going to be honest, I think today's is the easiest of the week. So here we go. Here's your clip this morning.
Lying to have the time I lost and give it back to you.
I mean, come on. Who doesn't know that song? Here it is one more time.
Lying to have the time I lost and give it back to you.
All we need you to do is name the correct title of the song. And don't add an extra word in the title. I'm just going to put that out there right now because it has to be the exact correct title. So give us a call if you know, 319-365-3698. You can also hit the call us button on the K-Hawk app. Caller number 10 gets to guess first, and if you get it right, you're going to see Haley Witters. Good luck from K-Hawk. Brain and Cortland, and we are trying to give away some tickets to go see Haley Witters, so let's go to the phones. K-Hawk, good morning. You are caller number 10. Who's this and where are you calling from?
This is Liz from Iowa City.
All right, Liz, here's that clip one more time.
Lying to have the time I lost and give it back to you.
Name that country love song.
Bless the Broken Road.
Yes, of course it is. A hit from Rascal Flatts. Congratulations. You're going to see Haley Witters at Dancemore on November 23rd.
Thank you.
I believe you can still purchase Kane Brown and Marshmallow. That's Miles on it on Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country. 98.1 K-Hawk. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. It's a Friday. And we are going to run down some of the big events going on in the area this weekend. Maybe some things you want to check out. We'll start with a big concert happening. Now, it's not country, but it is classic. REO Speedwagon is going to be at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse Arena tonight at 7:30 with special guest Loverboy. So downtown, it's probably going to be real busy tonight, just a heads up. Now on Saturday, the Cedar Rapids Rough Riders got a game at 7:05 versus Madison. This is going to be country night over at I'm on Ice Arena, so kind of a fun theme there. We also have an event coming up tomorrow at Dan and Debbie's Creamery in Ely. From 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., they're having the Taste of Iowa Holiday Eats edition, so you can check out some product samples and local gift baskets. That's going to be a really fun event to check out some products that are made right here in Iowa. Now, the Cedar Rapids' largest flea market and garage sale is happening at the former Yonkers at Lindale Mall in Cedar Rapids. That's going on tomorrow from 8 to 7 and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. if you want to do a little flea market shopping. Colony Acres in North Liberty on Saturday has an event called Miles in the Maze. It is a 5K where you get to run around an off-road course with a corn maze, a pumpkin patch, and some beautiful fall Iowa scenery. Once again, that kicks off at 9:30. And we are going to include Monday here because Monday is Veterans Day. Over at the Veterans Memorial Building on Monday at 10 a.m., the Metro Veterans Council is facilitating an hour-long program and service that includes a presentation of the colors, a guest speaker, a volley salute, and more. So those are just a few of the events coming up this weekend. If you want to check out a full list of November events in eastern Iowa, you can head on over to the K-Hawk app. It's Brain and Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. Morgan Wallen and Ernest, that's Cowgirls on Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Good morning, it's Brain and Cortland. So as a reminder, on Monday, Brain and I are going to be broadcasting live the entire morning, 6 to 10, from the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee for Veterans Day. But while we are there, we have something big happening, and I don't want you to forget. We've got another big announcement for a show at the Great Jones County Fair. So Monday morning at 7:20 from Hy-Vee, we are going to announce another amazing show coming to the Great Jones County Fair in Monticello in 2025. And of course, we're going to have the first pair of track tickets to give away to that show. So do not forget, set an alarm. Make sure you have alerts set on your phone so that it can be sent right to you when we make the announcement. 7:20 is Great Jones County Fair Country Concert News Monday on 98.1 K-Hawk.
It's a new Music Friday on Country Quickies. Here's Brain and Cortland with the music and the other country music news of the day on 98.1 K-Hawk.
All right, let's start with the first round of performers for the 2024 CMA Awards. They were announced yesterday morning. 2/3 of the hosting team is on the bill to perform, with Luke Bryan and Lainey Wilson both in the lineup. Luke is expected to sing his current hit, Love You, Miss You, Mean It, while Lainey does 4x4 by You. Also in the lineup is Post Malone. He's performing Yours, a song he wrote about his daughter. He's also scheduled to team up with Chris Stapleton for their duet, California Sober. And Chris will stay on the stage for his own solo performance in What Am I Gonna Do? Another big duet of the night will come from Thomas Rhett, who's bringing Teddy Swims to the stage for a mashup of their songs, Something About a Woman and Lose Control. Dierks Bentley will lead a performance of Tom Petty's American Girl. Shabuzi is singing a bar song, Tipsy, as a medley with his newly released Highway. And Ashley McBride is performing too. The 2024 CMA Awards are scheduled to take place at Nashville's Bridgestone Arena on November 20th. You can watch live on ABC. Additional performers and presenters will be announced leading up to the show. And speaking of nominations, by the way, Grammy nominations are going to be coming out this morning, I believe right around 9:45. So we can't wait to see which country stars are included in that. Now on to the drama. Brianna Chicken Fry is claiming that Zach Bryan offered her hush money and insisted that she sign a non-disclosure agreement to not spill the beans regarding their whirlwind romance. She said that he would give her $12 million to keep quiet on the recent episode of her BFF's podcast. She said, quote, "After everything was done, I was approached by his team and I was offered a lot of money, a big lump sum of money and a few options." She noted that she would receive the money over the course of 3 years if she didn't disclose everything regarding her relationship with Zach. She said, quote, "I'm all right where I'm at and I don't want blood money. I don't think you can pay people off you hurt and expect for them to protect you. Offering millions of dollars to this apparent beautiful relationship and keep it a secret speaks volumes. I did not accept any money. I will not accept any money. I think it's beneath me." Now, she also mentioned an incident that doesn't make Zach look too great. Apparently, she had Morgan Wallen's hit Last Night stuck in her head one morning, and she was walking up the stairs in the New York City apartment singing a line from it, and it turned into a fight for a week. She said that Zach told her he couldn't believe she would be singing another man's song under my roof in this house that I own. It just sounds like it's a good thing this relationship has come to an end, but man, it is getting messy. Now, speaking of Zach Bryan, we do have more new music from him. Yesterday, he released This World's a Giant, and today he's released a new song called High Road. This is an emotional song that was written after he took a visit to his mother's gravestone and had a conversation with her after he hadn't been home for a year and a half. So that one is a real tearjerker. We also have a new song from Chase Matthew today called Missin' Me, Missin' You. And one country album out today, it's Jamie Johnson's Midnight Gasoline. It features 12 new songs, including 2 that have Randy Houser on them. So something to check out. Those are your country quickies this morning. For all your country music news and more, you can always head on over to the K-Hawk app.
Tyson's Home Farm Auto is the proud sponsor of Brain and Cortland's Furry Friday. We now introduce you to another adoptable dog or cat from a local shelter on 98.1 K-Hawk.
It's Brain and Cortland on another Furry Friday, and we're being joined in studio. We've got Amanda from Last Hope Animal Rescue. Good morning.
Good morning.
And a pair of just adorable dogs roaming the studio. You got to watch out because they're kind of small in stature.
But they travel together.
They do.
Travel in packs.
They're like one big blob.
Itty bitty unicorns because they are good with kids, good with dogs, good with cats.
It's because they're the size of a cat.
So we've got Lucy and Bobby. They are Pomeranian mix
Correct. Yeah.
breed dogs, and
Yeah.
they're just adorable.
They're sweet. They're so sweet. They're around 9-10 years old, so they're past the like crazy puppy.
Oh, yeah.
But also crazy Pomeranian puppy.
But they still have energy, though.
Yeah, no, they're great dogs.
They're running around. And
They do. And you know what's cute is they both, they really love toys. Dumped some soft toys out for them in a pile, and they just went ham on it. It was just, yeah, they were just great. So
I also love that I was petting one of them, and then the other one just came in and knocked her out of the way.
body slam.
Like, hello, no, you should be petting me.
Yes. They're bonded, but they have very different personalities, which is fun because you get one that is very attentive and wants to follow you around, and the other's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just stay here and wait for you to come back.
So did they come in together?
Yeah, these guys are actually a bonded pair. They were an owner surrender that joined us. You know, unfortunately, their owner had passed away.
Oh.
So, you know, these guys lived a long life in somebody's home with other animals. And when their mom passed away, they came to us. They've really been terrific little dogs, and they're healthy and they're happy.
Yeah.
And like I said, they get along with everybody. You know, the only thing is we really do want to see them stay together just because that's hard on them to be split up.
Well, yeah, and listen, they can't eat much. I mean, even combined, I would think the food bill would be very reasonable with Lucy and Bobby taking over. Once again, a bonded pair. We're going to have pictures and video of Lucy and Bobby up on the K-Hawk Facebook page here shortly. So, Amanda, if folks are interested in bringing Lucy and Bobby home, what can they do?
Sure. The best place to start is going to be on our website. That's adopthope.org. There you can see pictures, videos, a little write-up for each dog and cat that we have available. You can fill out an adoption application, or maybe you want to foster. You could start there. You can also check us out on Facebook. We do pictures as well and videos and share a little behind the scenes when we can.
Are you having fun over there?
I'm trying to see I can't keep track of both of them at the same time.
Yeah, no, sometimes they run together, and sometimes they're like, all right, let's split up and see what we can do.
Ugh, they're just so floofy and cute.
They're adorable dogs, the perfect size, no matter what size your house is. Amanda, thanks for bringing up Lucy and Bobby today.
Thank you.
Lies on Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Good morning, it's Brain and Cortland hanging out with you on a Friday. Now, Brain and I, neither of us are really big beer drinkers, but there is one beer in particular that was made here in Iowa that I really enjoyed, and it was called Blonde Fatale, and it was from Peachtree Brewing, which was based out of Knoxville. Now, we were really bummed when we found out that this brewery was going to be closing its doors earlier this summer. I believe their last day was in August, and then no more Blonde Fatale in the state of Iowa. And it was a bummer. But we have some good news to report. We just found out this week that Back Pocket Brewing, which is, of course, based right over in the Iowa River Landing in Coralville, has acquired some of the core beers from Peachtree Brewing in Knoxville, Iowa. And the first one that they are going to be reproducing for the public is the award-winning Blonde Fatale. Why is Fatale so hard to say? We are really excited to see this return. They say that it's going to be soon, sometime in mid-November, and we're almost there. So keep your fingers crossed that you'll get to try the Blonde Fatale if you've never had it before, or have it again. Now, if you were a fan of any of the other beers over at Peachtree Brewing, they're going to be doing more in the future. Blonde Fatale isn't the only one that they acquired. So good news, keeping an Iowa brewery alive with another Iowa brewery. If you want to read more about Blonde Fatale making its return, you can head to the K-Hawk app. Dan and Shay, that's Bigger Houses on Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Brain and Cortland minus Brain because he's off today, but he will be back on Monday. And Monday is a very important day. Not only is it the 10-year anniversary of Brain and Cortland, but we're also going to be celebrating Veterans Day with all the amazing veterans here in the Cedar Rapids area. Our entire show on Monday is going to be live from the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee in Cedar Rapids. We are going to be there from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., which is the same time they're doing their 25th annual free Veterans Day breakfast. So the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee, 6 to 10 a.m., we're going to be there. Stop by, and while you're there, you can sign up to win tickets to go see Little Big Town and Sugarland in Moline. Celebrate Veterans Day with us on Monday beginning at 6 a.m. with 98.1 K-Hawk. Our Normally, that's Gonna Love You on Cedar Rapids, number 1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Brain in Cortland, and we are wrapping things up here on a Friday. But of course, before we can go, we have one very big thing we need to announce, and that is the latest winner of Listener Lunch. Coming with us to Edith Lucille's Bait Shack and Wing Depot in Cedar Rapids next week is Brandon and his co-workers with Conlin Construction in Cedar Rapids. We'll be enjoying a delicious free meal, and just a reminder, if you want to be one of our final winners for 2024, you still have some time to go get signed up on the K-Hawk app. I also want to remind you that we are going to be broadcasting live from Hy-Vee on Monday morning. We are going to be at the Veterans Day breakfast at the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee, and our show is going to start a little bit later than normal. We're going to be there from 6 to 10. But other than that, everything is going to be totally normal show, just on location. And yes, we do have Great Jones County Fair country concert news that we are going to be announcing at 7:20, so you don't want to miss that. One final thing before we go, it's our dad joke. And I'm doing Thanksgiving dad jokes right now just because I feel like it. So here we go. How do potatoes cross the sea? On gravy boats. Obviously. Doesn't mashed potatoes and gravy sound so good right now? I know it's not even 10 a.m. I don't want your judgment. It's Brain in Cortland. We will see you bright and early Monday morning at 6 a.m. Have a wonderful weekend, and so long.